Hey guys, what's up? IrishEmerald here, coach of your Wexford Wailords, and welcome to our Week 4 team building video for the UBL, where this week we're up against Serene Grace, coach of the Chicago Shaymin-Sky. This be actually a pretty big week for us. If we can win this after bouncing back last week against Sticks, that will put us 2-2. We're kind of starting to get back into the swing of things, and we'll be kind of starting to fight for those lower kind of playoff positions in our conference. So big week this week. If we can kind of start bouncing back a little bit, get a bit of a momentum, get a bit of a run, we could, we could be from being 0-2 at the start. We could be 2-2, and we could start to be shaping up to potentially be doing big things this season. Still, so it's still not quite we're not quite dead and buried just yet. We're after giving ourselves a good bit of a lifeline by picking up the W last week. And I'm sorry, spoilers, but if you haven't seen it, go check it out. But definitely big ask fight going up against Serene, because she has got an insane squad this season. You better see it above me now, but I will quickly run through it. She's got Zardex, Cresselia, Quagonal, Ditto, Empoleon, Exploud, Flygon, Holucha, Alola Muck, Tapu Bulu, Xurkitree, and the Fighting Sea Crystal. So she's got an awful lot of scary things there. Her Steel Fairy Dragon Core and Firewater Grass Core are Zardex, Empoleon, and Tapu Bulu. She's got the two best cores of the game in those three Pokemon. Absolutely bonkers. She's got Crest for Bug. She's got Xurkitree for Wall Breaking. She's got Holucha to sweep with the Grassy Seed. Lots of scary things there. She's got Ditto to stop sweeping against her, and she's got one of the best Z crystals you can have with the Fighting Crystal, because no such thing as Focus Mist then anymore. And in general, she's like very scary team. Alola Muck kind of traps a lot Holucha and Azel for me, so two of my probably premier offensive threats in this game I cannot bring, because Muck just stops it. And other than that, she's got a couple of things that kind of fill out the rest of her team, but huge threats on her team. And yeah, I'm just going to get stuck right into it. Our answers for Serene, we've come up with a few of them. Much more of a bulky team for us this week, because she's got so many scary stuff for us. But I'm full confidence this team is going to work. Full confidence. And for we have Bloodwing our sediments, and yes, we're changing from Bloodwing to Nightwing because Bloodwing sounds cooler. So thank you, Rampage, for that suggestion. I said I'm going to run with it. So Bloodwing our Mence is coming this week. Hold the leftovers, Intimidate ability, rocking out with Flamethrower, Draco Meteor, Roost, and Tailwind. 2, 4, 8 in HP, 2, 12 in defense, and 48 in special attack. We have enough bulk to deal with Holucha. Right, that's it. Holucha, we have enough bulk to be able to deal with it, and I took away a little bit less bulk so that we can hit, because there was a few hits that we should be able to deal with as well. But this is our Holucha counter. Straight up, we come in, we intimidate. Whenever Holucha comes in, we get the Tailwind up. Or if Holucha comes in on us and it's not intimidated, we just go Tailwind. That's the main idea behind it. We try to stop Holucha's unburden boost from happening. If Holucha knocks out Bloodwing, fine, that's okay. I could bring in my Zeraora and finish it off. That's the kind of idea behind it. Flamethrower and Draco Meteor, that combination allows us to Oko the Holucha. Oh, not Oko, but kill the Holucha. Draco Oko's the Zardex. This is also one of my answers for Zardex. I know if I were thinking Irish, it's Zardex, that's not really much of an answer, but Zardex comes in, we come in with the Intimidate. Zardex is probably thinking I might be able to either have to go for the attack or go for if I wants to go for the D-Dance. We live one Dragon Claw, we kill with the Draco Meteor. It's not bad. So that's our kind of answers for Zardex there. So yeah, it's basically kind of like our answer to Holucha, and we're able to kind of deal with one or two things as well. If Holucha or Zardex don't come, then obviously Mence is a little bit more expendable, which would be nice, because we'd be able to kind of like drop a few Dracos and whatnot, and set up Tailwinds and put a good bit of pressure on Sarah's team, which is kind of the idea this week. We want to get a bit of chip and put a lot of pressure on her. But this is mainly my answer to that. Just try and get the Tailwind and Tailwind up. Roost is there to keep Mence around a bit longer, and that is the plan. That is simply the plan. So hopefully Mence will work out for us. After I'm bringing Raphael our Zeraora, holding the expert belts, because I needed an item that was kind of would give us a few more KOs that we were going to be missing out on. And we're going physically offensive this week. We're rocking out with Plasma Fist, Close Combat, Fire Punch, and Knockoff. We have the Volt Absorb ability. No shenanigans with Volt Switch or mixed offense. I'm straight up going, yeah, Zero is going to come in and just hit something. And Zero puts a good bit of work in this matchup. we do put huge pressure on Empoleon, which is brilliant with Plasma Fist. We gotta watch out for the Ditto. So Ditto with the impossibility can kind of come in, get our Voltor's ability and be able to eat up a Plasma Fist. So while Ditto is knocking around, we're going to have to like be very careful. We're going to have to go for knockoff and close combats. Now, if Ditto isn't around, we pretty much get free Plasma Fist throughout the whole game, and I can go for knockoff on the likes of most turns, and you can put a good bit more pressure on. But the idea is like, you know, if Ditto's there, we're going to, it's a combination of close combat and knockoff that's going to be picking that thing off, and maybe pick off Empoleon and that sort of stuff. We have Fire Punch for the Bulu, because Bulu's going to be down, it's going to be a bit of an issue, and that we'd be able to get a nice bit of damage there off on that, and knockoff, just general move that be able to do damage. And close combat, as I was mentioned, just to kind of counter one or the two other ones that could be a threat, like Explode, Ditto, and Empoleon. Like they're just different. It's a move that kind of clears out some of her other mons that may or may not come. But I'm expecting Ditto and Empoleon, but not really Explode and Qui-Gon. I'm not expecting them, but close combat's there for that nice little delicious coverage. We have enough speed EVs to be able to outspeed the fastest mon on our team, which is a Hawlucha naturally. So we have enough speed EVs to outspeed that. The rest of our team, if it was Scarfed or not, didn't really make much of a difference, so I wasn't too worried about it putting more investment in it. And that's how their aura set. Hopefully we can pick up a few kills with it. And we could get a bit of utility from it. I think, you know, the big thing is Zero Aura is the counter to Empoleon. We can bring in Zero Aura on Empoleon when we force a defog or something, and that gives us momentum, because I'm putting a lot of pressure on her this week with some of Hazard's shenanigans. And speaking of Hazard's shenanigans, let's go to Charlotte, which is it's very similar set to last week, you guys. I'm not going to lie, but it works. It really does work this week for us. And this is a thing that I'm really putting stock in to put pressure on Sarah this week. We're rocking out with a fully physically defensive set. This helps us deal with Zard, helps us deal with Alola Muck, helps us deal with Bulu, all that kind of good stuff. It helps us kind of take hits from that. And the main thing is, I just want to set up webs and reflect. That's all I want to do with Araquanid. Set up webs and reflect, force Empoleon in, because this guy is just to kind of give us some momentum and just get some chip damage. This is all I want Charlotte to do. Put the webs up, get some reflect action going on, and let's try and just get pressure on Sarah's team whenever she thinks whenever she's getting comfortable, because I really want to put pressure on her from start to finish this game. I think if we can turn a screw on her team and not allow her setup, we should be able to grab the win. So I'm rocking out with Liquidation because it does the most damage of all Araquanid's moves and gives me a chance to get the defense drop. So I was happy with that. Well, I believe Waterfall might be able to do more. No, sorry, yeah, Liquidation does more. So there you go. Webs to give us that speed, that kind of like extra speed. The only one who doesn't get affected by it is Crest, which is not going to be running any kind of speed, I don't think. And because I believe Crest is going to be a one that's going to come in on a lot of stuff that and take bulky hits. And what's called the speed kind of slows down, say a Scarf, Explode, a Bulu, a Xurkitree, that sort of stuff. Slows them down and puts them makes them easier for me to kill. So that's the kind of idea behind that. Very simple, very, very simple. And what this does now, and not all you guys are probably thinking Irish is the same set as last week. Like, surely Sarah would have an answer for this, and you're probably right. She might bring Xurkitree for it. But the main reason we're bringing this is to allow Beedrill to do the work this week. So Beedrill is going to be the one who's doing the serious heavy lifting this week, and it's no pivot. It's going to be no kind of we'll do a bit of chip damage here and there. Beedrill is the win con this week. Beedrill does mammoth work for us this week. It's insane, and it's all because if we get an SD up, she's got no answers. I mean, no answers. There's not one on her team that can take a +2 hit from Beedrill well. There's not one, and all we have to do is get a bit chip damage on one or two things, and it's a guaranteed OCO. I believe like the best one going, I think maybe was Flygon, like at like 87.5%. We're at +2, so like you're looking at like no one's taking a hit. Like it's absolutely insane. We have X's or Poison Jab, Drill Run as the coverage. SD is the setup move. And basically the idea is like once we get Webs up and once we get Reflect up, and we just need chip damage on pretty much a whole team. We need chip damage on Empoleon, just to guarantee Drill Run. Chip damage on Alola Muck to guarantee an OCO. Chip damage on Crest, just a touch. Like they're all, I'm not talking like 20% here. I'm talking 10%. Like just a small bit. And Beedrill is like, yeah, I'm +2. I don't really care. I'm running over you. So it's insane. Like when we were doing the calcs, absolutely insane stuff going on here. So the idea is just to enable Beedrill. We keep Beedrill in the back all game long, and as soon as we see, all right, this is our moment. We have webs up. If we can get Bulu get rid of early, so Hawlucha is an issue, we just come in and be like, yeah, son, we're just going to click ST, and Peter is running over things. So that's the plan. Really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. I think Peter's going to put in work, serious work this week against our team. Look, guys, honestly, if you don't believe me, run the calcs. It's scary. Absolutely scary. So Charlotte kind of enables Peter to be able to do all this kind of work, and hopefully that we will see that come to flow, and that'll be good. After that, we have Hitmontop, Beyblade or Hitmontop, full-on, fully physical defensive set here again. And this is the kind of deal with Bulu, because Bulu doesn't have a physical fairy type attack, which is brilliant, delightful. Delightful for me this season. Last season I was hating on it because I had Bulu. It helps. It's another kind of check to Zard, which is great. It's another mon that could potentially kind of come in on. Well, it's another intimidating user that can wear down Hawlucha, but it's not the Hawlucha answer. And Hitmontop is going to be the mon that's going to be coming in and out most of the time. You're not going to be seeing me bringing Salamence in a lot, or the Araquanid. It's going to be Hitmontop is going to be the main Pokemon. I'm going to be pivoting in and out just to try and wear Zard out and just get a bit of chip, and that is the plan with it. Moveset wise, we're running Toxic, Counter, Drill Run, and Bullet Punch. Toxic because this is going to be our mon that's going to come in on a load of muck, and if she brings Cress is going to be the mon that's going to come in on Hitmontop, because once we get an Intimidate off, a load of muck is doing next to nothing to us. So happy out with that. So I'm predicting the Cress area to come in there. We get Toxic off, and Cress is on a timer, and it's not as much of an issue anymore. Counter because well, we have Toxic for the Mega Zard as well. We have Counter because she's got an awful lot of physical mons that would probably like to hit us, like Bulu, Zard, a load of muck. Like those are our main ones. They're probably ones that we really want to hit us with a physical move. And if I could just go Counter, it's going to do massive damage. And one of the great things about Counter is, like, I'm not afraid to reveal that early. If I reveal that at like a good point where I think Bulu might come in and might do damage to me or something like that, and I show Counter, that's a total mind, like it's total mind games there, because all of a sudden Serene knows he's got Counter on Hitmontop. I have to be ultra careful every single time I go after Hitmontop. I can't just let him have the fun with me. So or like I can't just have fun with it and just go for physical type attacks. I have to be very careful, and that for me puts a good bit more mind games pressure on her. Then we have Drill Run for a load of muck, because this is going to be the one that's going to come in on a load of muck and do the work on it. And I have Bullet Punch just to get chip on Bulu. A physical, like a defensive Bulu does work. Can kind of wall my Hitmontop here, but it ain't walling any Beedrill. So I'm okay with that. And the plan is to eventually just get Beedrill in and wallop it. But Bullet Punch just gets a little bit of chip damage on it. And I'm planning on Toxic and Bulu as well. Like literally a lot of the time, if I'm reading the play, I'm just going to go for Toxic. If I don't think she's staying in, I'm clicking Toxic. I'm just going to wear her down. That's all it is. And I never predict her. I'm not going to predict her to bring in Empoleon. I just ain't seen it until she sees my full moveset. I can't see her bringing in Empoleon. If she does, I'd be insane. And I have coverage for Empoleon anyways with Children, so it's not the end of the world. Last but not least, I have Sylveon, and this is a very defensive set. And this is my answer to our Xurkitree. I have nothing for Xurkitree. I needed something to be able to sponge hits, and I have nothing really for Cress either, because Cress decides wants to, like, if Cress comes in, I need something to come in on Cress, and this is kind of our answer to that. So for Serene special offense, Sylveon is our answer. Baton Pass, Heal Bell, Wish, and Hyper Voice. Very close for going Toxic on Sylveon for the Cress, but I figured that Heal Bell is probably going to do a little bit more work here, because if she doesn't bring Cress, then Toxic, I don't get as much use out of Toxic, because Alolan Muck is going to be switching to us. So I might go Hyper Voice or something else instead, Wish, something like that. And I figured Heal Bell might be an option, because Alolan Muck there with Poison Touch and Poison Jab and that kind of shenanigans, there's a likelihood we're going to get poisoned, and I don't want to be dealing with that. So I figured we'll run the We run Heal Bell, Rish, Hyper Voice, and I have a Tom Pass because I wanted a bit of Switch initiative this week. I feel like Sylveon is going to be in a position where we're going to get some Switch action going on, because the great thing about Sylveon's speed tier this week is that we're slower than Crest, so I can take a hit from Crest, Baton Pass, bring in Beedrill, happy days, or I can, or like something of that ilk. I can bring Shard, go for Sticky Webs. You get what I mean. I can go for Shard, get for Sticky Webs, and as soon as Crest is low, I can, being Beedrill, and you kind of get what I'm coming at here. And the great thing is we outspeed Alola Muck, so I could actually Baton Pass and outspeed Alola Muck and switch in him on top if she decides to pull a double, so that's great. So set wise, max HP. I've enough with Def to be able to kind of deal with Xurkitree Thunderbolts. We don't get 3-shot out by it, so that's a big thing for us. I'll put 12 in speed so that a speed creeping Alola Muck doesn't outspeed me. So that's great. So I said, yeah, that's enough for me. Put 12 in. So we definitely outspeed speed creeping Alola Muck, and then the rest goes in special attack just to get a bit more damage off. And that's the squad, you guys. And I think we might do a bit of work here with this. Zero is going to be in my lead. We're just going to put pressure on it, and we're just going to go from there. I've answers and reasons. I've answers and plays to deal with kind of a lot of her stuff that she's going to bring, and we just play around it. That's the kind of plan. And yeah, I'm just going to wrap it up there today. Yeah, I'm confident. I think we can do it. I think we've got a good show, and if we can grab this win, 2-2. All of a sudden, we're starting to get back to winning ways, bit of momentum, and you never know what could happen. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there today, folks. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please click like button down below for me. Guys, got any comments on today's video, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent, let me know in the comment section down below, including what you would have done differently with the team, all that kind of good stuff. And last but not least, if you want to see more Pokemon more UBL action coming away on this channel or more content in general, please smash that subscribe button down below for me and click that bell icon. And then I'm going to bow out here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.